So the next shoe is actually a boot, and by my saying that, hi guys, it's Dita. Welcome back to my channel, The Style Synonym. I have been thinking about video ideas to do, and I've actually started working on one, but I've been working like a dog, and so haven't had time to put the effort that I really need to into that video. But I wanted to film something, and I was thinking today what I could just pop on and maybe quickly do. And I thought of this idea of a video that would give you a little bit of insight into my personality, one aspect of my personality that can be both a good and a bad thing, and that is if I get an idea in my head, or if I'm looking for something for myself or a friend or a family member, I am like a dog with a bone. I will hunt and hunt and hunt, either until I find it or until I have lost way too many nights of sleep trying to find it. And so I thought that I would pop on and do a video about some of the things in my wardrobe that I hunted down like a dog. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. So I have 2 clothing items, 2 pairs of shoes, and 2 bags that I thought I would talk about. And I think I'll get started with the clothing items. So the first thing is this, well, actually the first thing is an item that I actually didn't find, but I found its sister. There was this Alexander Wang rose gold pullover that I tried on at Nordstrom that I loved, but it felt at that time really stiff to me. I don't know if it was very flattering, and so I didn't get it. I didn't think about it for months, and then for some reason it kind of popped back into my mind, and I wanted it. I wanted it so badly. Of course, by the time I went back there, it was gone. I searched for it. I mean, probably, I don't know how long. I mean, it was many months, and I never found it. But I went onto the RealReal. Well, actually, I didn't go onto the RealReal. I Googled the name of the sweater that I was looking for, and this popped up on the RealReal. And if you don't know what the RealReal is, it is a consignment store for designer items mostly. It's awesome. And this little number popped up. I didn't even know that this had existed, and it is, you see, I still have the RealReal tag on it. So I haven't worn it yet. But this rose gold cardigan popped up. So the pullover was this it was this kind of rose gold. I don't even know how to, it almost feels like so what I was saying is that it feels almost like the sweater is woven out of metal. It isn't, it's made of rayon, but it is just the coolest sweater. I look very forward to wearing it. So this is one thing that I hunted down. I didn't end up finding exactly what I wanted, but I'm very, very happy that I found its sister that I didn't even know existed. So the next thing I hunted for was responsible for my finding out that H&M did collaborations with designers. I had no idea. And the one that I wanted, or the designer that I wanted, was an item that came out for the Isabel Marant for H&M collection. By the time I saw this item, and I'm not even sure how I came upon it, but by the time I saw this item, that collaboration had happened either the year or 2 years previously. So there was no way I was finding this thing online. I think it was the year previously. So I went to eBay, and people were selling this particular item for exorbitant amounts of money, many times what the retail price was, and I was just not going to do it. But every once in a while, and by every once in a while, probably once or twice a month, I would get on and I would hunt. I would hunt on eBay, I would hunt at various other sites, The RealReal, and for this item, and couldn't find it, or if I found it, couldn't find it for a price that I was willing to pay. And then there came a time where I just wasn't finding it. I was finding the pullover version of this, and I didn't want the pullover. The look that I wanted meant that it had to be the cardigan. It was okay for the Wang, but it wasn't okay for this item. I really wanted the cardigan. And I was hunting one day for a while, and it popped up in Europe. I can't remember exactly where it was in Europe, on eBay, for a price that I was willing to pay with the tag still on, and I swooped in and bought it. And so this is it. It's very long. You're not going to be able to get the full gist of it, and I will post pictures of this. I actually wore this today. I'll post a picture of it on my Instagram, and I'll do a blog post about it sometime this week. It's this wool looped cardigan that makes you look like a bear. See, and it zips up, it zips all the way down. Probably comes down to just the bottom of my hips. It's really warm, it's really thick, it is awesome, and I never forgot about this. I actually found something similar to this on Maj, I think. If I can find a picture of it, I mean, this is probably a year ago. If I can find a picture of it, I'll post that one too. And I almost got that, but I really I loved the look of this, and so I wasn't willing to settle. So I hunted and hunted, probably for at least a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. No, it was probably a year and a half. I hunted and hunted and got exactly what I wanted. So this thing, I wear it to death. It was totally worth the time spent looking for it. Okay, so let's do shoes next. So the first shoe I found when I tried it on at Nordstrom. It's a tennis shoe, and it was beautiful, but I just wasn't sure that I was going to get the wear out of it. It's not a shoe that you wear to work out. It's definitely a shoe that you wear to be out and about, and so I just wasn't sure whether I would wear it often. I wasn't sure, so I walked away from it and kept thinking about it for 1 to 2 weeks. So I went back, and it was gone, and I hadn't written down the name of the shoe. I hadn't even written down the name of the designer. I just knew that it began with an A. And so the poor sales associate who was trying to help me couldn't, because I didn't know what I was looking for. So I went home and I started Googling the description of the shoe. I think I wrote the description, what the shoe looked like, and then by designers that begin with A. And somehow I came across Aquatalia, and it triggered, it rang a bell. And so then I think I went back to the Nordstrom website with the name and started scrolling through their Aquatalia shoes. It wasn't there because, so then I Googled something like a description of the shoe by Aquatalia at Nordstrom, and somehow, and then I think I clicked images, and somehow I saw a photo of the shoe, and so I clicked on it so I could get the name, and I called Nordstrom and I gave them the name and the style name, the style number, and they put me on hold and came back on and to let me know that the shoe was on a truck, or it was somewhere, it was being shipped to a Nordstrom rack somewhere that wasn't where I lived. I was like, can you get it? Because I will buy it. I will buy it over the phone. I really want this shoe. And so he said, let me take down your information, and I will call you back. And he called back a couple of hours later and left me a voice message and said that they were able to track down the shoe and pull it off the truck, and that I could have it if I wanted it. And I said, I immediately called back and paid for the shoe and got my shoe. So this is it. It's this beautiful tennis shoe. I think it's focused, but I can't tell in this viewfinder. So it's got multiple kinds of fabric. So this is tweed. I'm going to bring it closer so that you can see. You can see a little bit of the shimmer. So this is tweed. This part is leather. This is leather here. This is patent leather. And this is my only complaint about the shoe, is that it, I always scuff patent leather. So this is a silver patent leather, and then a white patent leather that's quilted. And then this metal detail here, and then the rubber sole. It's just this really fantastic, beautiful sneaker that I wear a lot. I've gotten a lot of wear out of this. So was it worth the hunt? I would say this is definitely worth the hunt. I love the shoe. So